Hey, Siran, I'm Joe Shad from the Palm Beach Post. It's nice to meet you.
Miss you
Um,
too.
hey, I'm always interested in guys who really excel on special teams. How would
Mhm.
you describe your approach to special teams?
I'm very passionate about it. And me, logistically, like a lot of guys on special team don't really get praised, you know what I'm saying, and for what they do or whatever, and a mention. But one thing about me that I know is special team is like really huge when it comes to NFL games. Special teams they can either win a game or either lose a game, and that's one thing I know about it, and that's on every phase with like pinning the ball where that it need to be for the offense or the defense to get set up to be successful.
What do you know about Danny Crossman?
Danny, my boy. I had Danny my rookie year when I came in with Buffalo. Danny a really passionate coach too as well. He really loved the game and he really loved being that coach and he loved his players as well. And that's one thing that me and Danny over the years we kept in contact and kept a close relationship throughout this whole process. And every time we played him, I just like I told him yesterday, like I always wanted to make him smile and see what he was gonna say at the end of the game. And that's one thing I took under my sleeve and just knew like every time I played him, he was gonna give me his best, and I was gonna give him my best.
Thanks, Siran.
Mark Stallworth.
Hey, Siran, Mark Stoll with the Miami Times. Welcome to Miami.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, as far as you're from Alabama, what was life growing up in Alabama, and when did you realize you wanted to play in the NFL?
Uh, Most people don't see it, but I had graduated. I mean, not graduated, but yeah, I went to high school in Alabama, but I'm mostly from Fort Gaines, Georgia. So I really have to claim both sides because half of my life I was in Georgia through like seventh grade, and then like the other half I was, in Alabama. But it's pretty much the same because it's right across the water, right across the bridge. But growing up in Alabama and country, it's like it's really country, and but it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough love. And one thing that people don't know about the country is like really a lot of competition, but it's tough growing up in the country. It taught me about life and it taught me how to attack life and not let life attack me, and it made me who I am today.
And if I can follow up, just as far as the experience, what when in your decision to sign with the Dolphins?
The decision to sign with Dolphins is basically with the NFL, it can be a little tricky. But you really got to know that it's all built off of relationships. And coming from Buffalo, man, I love Buffalo. Shout out to Buffalo for everything they gave me throughout the past 6 years. It's full of relationships and just getting the opportunity to come down and talk to Danny about everything. He was more excited to have me in than I ever seen before. You know what I'm saying? When I came through the door, man, his face phone lit up, and that's one thing that he did. Soon I walked through the door, and like I just knew when he seen me, he was happy to see me. And he did everything in his willpower to have me, and that's one thing that I loved about it. And once I see that, I know if he'll go to war for me, you know what I'm saying, when it's time for the kickoff or it's time for the season to start, or even during OTAs when we got to report back, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do and fight for him.
Appreciate it.
Alan.
Hi, Saran. Alan Pupar with alldolphins.com. Wanted to get your thoughts on going from the team that's dominated the AFC East for the past several seasons to the team that's trying to end that run.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Definitely being on the other side for the past 6 years, and winning that title. Up there, on the other side now, it's time to work to try to get that division down in South Florida, and that's one thing that I'm up for. I'm up for the challenge. With Buffalo, they're a really good team. Got a good staff. Great players, great coaching. So when that time comes, in the season, I'm pretty sure me and the guys we will be prepared or whatever. It's gonna be a tough game and all, but it's gonna be a really 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 good game, and I'm looking forward to it.
Quick follow-up, if I may. Your thoughts on being reunited with Jordan Poyer?
My dog Poe, Poe dog. Man, I'm really excited. He actually fired up too. He called me probably like 3 minutes before I had to get on the Zoom call, and I couldn't pick it up. But we've been on the phone the last 3 days or whatever with the whole thing, and like when it happened, when we got released or whatever, we both text each other. We checked on each other. That's my brother, man. Poe, he's been really close with me since I got here. I mean, since I got there in Buffalo, and he took me on his wing as a rookie. I came in, I didn't really know much of the game, but 4 year, I remember he pulled me to the side, in the room. So I got a little frustrated, probably like 2-3 weeks in, like OTAs, and when I first was a rookie, and he was like, dude, like, calm down, man. Like, man, look around, man. He's like, you one of the most athletic guys on this team. It's like things that I can't do, you can. It's like, man, dude, you big, you fast, you strong, you coachable. Like, just take it and just start loving the game. He said, just love it, man, for the moment and watch what happens. He was like, you just don't know how long you're gonna be in the league. And then that moment there, like, look at me now. I'm 7 years later, and we still on the same team from Buffalo to here. And one thing about me and Poe, and I'm not even gonna make this about me. I'm gonna say about Poe, man. He's really competitive. He's competitive as hell. He just like me. He hate to lose. I hate to lose. We work for everything we got. It's nothing come easy. Staying in Buffalo, you got to have really tough skin. You know what I'm saying? People hated to play in Buffalo. We love to play in Buffalo. It was cold, and that's one thing we endured. Like every time we stepped on that field, we stepped out there to win. And that's one thing that we're gonna bring to South Beach. Like every time we step on that field, no matter the condition, I'm pretty sure the condition's gonna be pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Nice weather. We're gonna step out there to win. We're gonna be there together, and throughout this whole process, through OTAs to the time we kick off, we're gonna be behind each other, and hopefully we get the guys behind us. To keep this ball going. They got a great program down there, and that's just adding me and Poirier just gonna make it pretty good, pretty interesting.
Thanks, and welcome to Miami.
Thank you.
Go to Adam.
Hey, Siran. Sorry, Adam Beasley with Pro Football Network. Alan stole my question, so I'll ask something else. Have you been in touch with Trey at all? Tre'Davious, how's he doing? And the Dolphins, the Dolphins cornerback too.
With Trey, he right now, during this whole process, I think he was pretty, hit by it like me and Poe, but like with Trey and us, like Trey been doing a lot of rehab lately, with his Achilles tear, whatever. But like Trey got thick skin, and when he come back wherever he goes, I'm telling you, watch out. Trey really like you guys know, y'all been playing this for years, man. Trey really a dog too, and that's one thing that we all got. Like we dogs, and throughout this whole process right now, I haven't contacted him yet, but he's still dealing with the Achilles and training and all that. I'm pretty sure every day he's waking up, he is attacking his training. But I haven't talked to him yet, but I'm pretty sure he's excited to get going to wherever he's gonna be.
Thanks, and welcome to South Florida.
Thank you.
Chris Perkins.
Hey, Siran, Chris Perkins from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, I got two questions for you. Number one is regarding physicality. It seemed to me that Buffalo is a very physical team. You're smiling. And it seemed like that physicality was always a factor against the Dolphins. How much of a factor was physicality in Buffalo's game? And how do you apply physicality toward a victory in the NFL?
I would say the physicality went a long way. It was all about punching somebody in the mouth before they punch us in the mouth, and if they did punch us in the mouth first, it's about how we got up and attacked it. And that's one thing me and Poirier instilled into ourselves. Like no matter the situation, like it's gonna be a long game, and from the beginning to the end, like you got to continue to attack it. And being physical is one thing that I bring to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind the physicality. I just know like on my side, I had a lot of guys like on the other team. Even I can say like for Danny, like I had a lot of double teams. I had a lot of guys attacking me. I had a lot of guys, walling me off, and I never knew what I was gonna get. But I just knew long as I kept, my ability to, keep my speed and be physical throughout the whole process, that we was gonna come out successful. Like sometimes, when people get hit in the mouth, they don't know how to get up. They get confused. But one thing about us up there in Buffalo, it was just like it was no confusion. It's like, okay, cool. You want to fight? We're gonna give you a fight. And from finish to the end, that's one thing we put upon people like, we gonna see how you act when we hit you in your mouth. And once we did that, like a lot of guys and a lot of teams backed off after a while. But like that's one thing that South Florida got now with me and Poyer, like we really physical. And when the time comes, we're really gonna show it. And we're excited just to be here, you know?
Yep. Here, the other thing I want to ask you about, you're going to learn in about 7 or 8 months that weather is a big thing for the media and for the Dolphins fans. And so you're from the South. How long did it take you to get used to the weather up in Buffalo? And once again, how is weather a factor in an NFL game?
Weather is a huge factor. Getting adjusted to Buffalo, it took a little second. But you got to have the love for the game and not care the weather conditions and understand that it's going to be conditions and weather wherever you go. It's going to be ups and downs, but it's all about your mindset and how you battle to get through those, you know, those times like that. And just like going from Buffalo to South Florida, like yesterday when I was down there, when I signed, you know, it was kind of warm. I had a hoodie on. I had a hoodie on when I came down there, and, you know, people was like, you know, take that hoodie off, you in South Florida now, like welcome to South Florida. But the thing is with me, like I'm from Georgia, you know, and sometimes even when it's, you know, a little warm outside, I got a hoodie on. Like I love hoodies. But the weather conditions it's a non-factor to me. It's a non-factor. I don't really care what the weather like. I just understand like throughout the game, like it's gonna be ups and downs. If the weather play a factor, it's like you got to get through it. And like with me, you know what I'm saying, I'm a gunner. You know what I'm saying? I'm on kickoff. The wind and the weather always affected me. Always. Like where the ball gonna go, how far the ball gonna go, how short it will fall. I was always alert of the weather. I was always alert of the weather before I got to the game. Like I was always alert about all of that. And with that being said, like I was prepared for it. And like being in South Florida, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be hot, which is cool with me. You know what I'm saying? It can't be no worse than Buffalo because Buffalo really cold, really, really cold. You know what I'm saying? The wind was affected. You had 20 miles an hour wind sometimes. And just knowing the whole situation before you approach the game will help you out big time.
All right. Thanks.
We've got 3 hands up, so we'll go David, Chad, and then we'll finish up with Marcel.
Hey, Siran, David Feronis, also from South Florida Sun Sentinel. How are you? Welcome.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. So to follow up on weather, I guess, you mentioned the mentality in an earlier answer that you guys took in Buffalo about playing in the cold. In Miami, it's mostly nice weather, like you said, but also early in the season, it's really hot, like brutally hot. Can you bring that same mentality into that atmosphere early in the year? And what do you remember about playing the Dolphins in really hot and humid weather coming from up north?
I remember what it was 2 years ago when we played them down there, and it was really, really hot the whole time. But I feel like it was certain situations in that game where, you know, where we lost. I feel like, yeah, it was hot and we battled through pretty well, but we also battled through a lot of injuries that game too as well, if you guys can remember. But honestly, like it's really a non-factor to be honest, because you know I'm gonna be down there from, you know, April through the whole time. But the thing is, like I stay in Georgia, it get really hot here too. It don't get hot as there, but it get really hot. But the thing is you know, staying hydrated, you know, staying up on your electrolytes and staying up on things that you need to eat throughout the whole week and approaching the game to, you know, stay on top of the effect of the sun, you know what I'm saying? And that's it's really not going to be a non-factor. And the approach to it is just like it's the sun, just enjoy the weather. And it could be a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? You could be in Buffalo where it's cold at. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy playing in the sun.
Joe?
I read that you have a 40.5 inch vertical. What's it like up there?
It's enjoyable. It's very enjoyable. That's one thing that I have done over the years is being very explosive. Explosive off the ball, explosive when I'm coming off the ball, like at Ghana, explosive on kickoff. And that's one thing that I bring to the game is you will see, and you guys will see very soon that I'm very explosive. And, you know, with that being said, it's like on special team, that's really, really effective. You know what I'm saying? You can get a really big jump on guys with being like that. And that's one thing that I use my explosiveness to attack other people. And I feel like you take 1 or 2 steps and you pass guys, you know what I'm saying? You won the battle you won the battle already.
Thanks, man.
We'll finish up with Marcel.
What's good, Siran? Marcel Louis Jacques with ESPN. As somebody that came from Buffalo, I could promise you the wings aren't as good, but the weather is definitely a lot better down here. But you're coming to a team that's looking to break a playoff win drought, and I'm curious what your experience in Buffalo in the postseason has taught you about what it takes to succeed in the playoffs.
Being in Buffalo, is the thing is like you can't wait until they get here. You can't wait till you get here. The time is now, and it starts now. It starts in the off season. It starts when the team get back. You know what I'm saying? In OTAs, it start. With competitive nature throughout the OTAs. It starts where the team bondage. You know what I'm saying? It starts there. It starts right there. And I feel like with me and Poe joining the crowd, you know what I'm saying? They already had a really good team. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Waddle, you got Toole. You had Xavier Howard, but he's gone now. You got Jalen Ramsey. You got a lot of guys down there that it's gonna help win. And just adding me and Poe, adding me on the special team side and adding Poe on the defensive side really gonna bring like a tremendous spark to the team. One thing that me and Poe know how to do is we know how to bring it to somebody. And one thing about us, we're gonna do it early. We're gonna do it really early. We're not gonna wait until the preseason. We're not gonna wait till the season kickoff. The time is now, and the time is to go in with the team and get close with the team. Team bond. Get the guys on the same page and understand that it's definitely a team process throughout this whole thing to get this thing started. And now being in South Florida, we have the team to do that. And we just know that. Like I talked to the head coach yesterday, the coolest man on the planet. One of the coolest man. He's so funny, man. He's a great dude, and has a great dude in the head office can go a long way. It's just like the spark, what I'm saying, having fun throughout the whole process, what I'm saying, before you get there. And knowing once you approach to the game and once you get to the game that that you can come out successful. And because you guess what, you prepare for it. And once you prepare for a lot of things and you work for a lot of things, a lot of things come to the light. And that's one thing about me. I don't want nothing gave to me. I don't want anything gave to me. I'm pretty sure with me, I like to take it. And I just know it's going to be a huge challenge to going from up there to down there. They're a really good team. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a good game when it comes. But it starts now. It starts now. It's time to work. It's time to go to work. I'm excited to go to work. I'm excited for the opportunity. I think the Dolphins and the fans nation, so welcome me in. That the time is now, man. And once it start off and when it's kick off, in a couple of weeks, from there to the time that the season ends, we're gonna really, work for it. And no matter the ups and downs, because it's always gonna be ups and downs, we're gonna pick up each other. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pick up our brother. No matter who, nobody is better than nobody, and understand that we all in this thing together. And once we do all that and we team bond and we come together, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot done.